What is up, everybody? Sunny here, back again with another Injustice 2 Showcase Series video. This is a video series in which I look at all the epic gear sets of a particular character, look at all the individual epic pieces, then I'll go into practice mode, check out all of the abilities. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new, subscribe. But as you see, today I'm going to be checking out some Poison Ivy. And as far as her gear goes, man, I think out of all the characters in the game, Poison Ivy is the one I am most disappointed with, and not necessarily being that her gear sets are that bad or that the pieces look that bad, but to me, Poison Ivy is the one that is supposed to be the sexiest out of all the females. She's the one that is supposed to be the seductress, the mistress, the girl that if you mess with, you're gonna be in trouble. Like, she's supposed to be that sexy. And if you check out the pic real quick on the screen, man, this is from the Injustice 2 mobile app. To me, this is how Poison Ivy is supposed to look. I mean, it's from the same NRS, same, this is just from the mobile app, but this is what I think, she should look like. As far as the females in the game go, I don't know if it's like stereotyping or something, but my picture of it, you got Supergirl, she's strong. Wonder Woman, she's like the dream girl. Catwoman, she's the bitch. Black Canary, canary like a bird, she's the mother bird. I mean, she's a mother. Harley Quinn is the crazy one. Starfire is childish, and Cheetah, she's like the thick-skinned, struggles in life type of girl, and Poison Ivy is supposed to be the sexy one. But her gears just doesn't do that. Like, the gear sets just don't do that for me. And anyway, we're going to get into looking at this. I know I just went off on a completely total random thought there, but we're going to get into this. This first set, or first piece, is just a loadout that I put together that I really like, just with random epic pieces. Chronic Criminal shader on there, one of the new shaders. Looks, I mean, I think it looks good. It's just not to the standard in which I thought Poison Ivy should be as far as her character in the game. Her dialogue in the game, the things that she says, the names of the gear sets, I mean, just things she has. It's supposed to be sexy. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's get looking at the actual gear sets. Two-piece set. The one two-piece set is called the Thorn Rose head and the plants. Seductress shader on there. Orange and green looking. The headpiece is a little bit out of control for this gear set. Like, that crown coming out of her hair and everything is absolutely crazy. It's just, I think it's a little bit too much over the top. The plants are awesome. I love the little spikes around I guess the heads of the plants or the mouths of the plants. And then the rest of it is just random epic pieces. Try to make each loadout look just a little bit different. Love the shader on there, the Seductress shader. But let's look at the bonuses. Beautiful gift. A rose randomly grows somewhere in the arena. If picked up, Ivy receives a small increase in damage for her next attack. But you can use it for player matches, so I mean, that's cool. It is just the two-piece set, so moving on to the three-piece set, Rooted in Friendship, torso, legs, and the plants. Kiss of Death shader on there. These and then just like with the previous gear set, the headpiece is a little bit out of control. These legs are a little bit out of control. I mean, that is just too much legging, too much plants, too much, just too much. The rest of it looks good though. I don't think there's anything wrong with the rest of it. Her torso pieces, I like the colors of it. I like the little leaf petals and everything, but some of the pieces just go a little bit overboard as far as how many leaves and stuff they put on it. But bonuses, 2 out of 3 bonus ability of 100, 3 out of 3 soulmate when reduced to 15% health on the second health bar. Harley tosses a cupcake. If picked up, it heals 10%. And then 3 out of 3 gear drops for someone other than Poison Ivy have a much higher chance to be for Harley Quinn. And then now moving on to the 4-piece set. pheromone emitting habiliment pheromones. You know, she needs to be sexier. That's just all I can say. Dr. Isley shader on there. Really dig the shader. I love the color purple. Purple and green goes good together. The rest of the pieces, the headpiece, got that crazy crown on the front of it with all of those side petals in the back. The plants aren't included, but again, I like the plants that have the spikes on it. The legs have all those vines wrapped around, really high boots. And then look at the bonuses: 2 out of 4, 150 health, 4 out of 4 acidic bile. Plant minion damage is increased by 15%. Again, both player match bonuses, which are cool. I love the, you know, it's always nice to have ones that you can use in both player matches and in the multiverse. Last one, 5-piece set, Fruits of Crime, Dr. Isley alternate on there, so it's like that yellowish with pink. I think this is her best looking set. It all of the pieces aren't too much. You know, they don't have, to me, they're not overboard in the leaves and stuff like that. Just right amount of stuff. It looks the best out of all of her gear sets, I think. And as far as the pieces go, I think the pieces are pretty much all of the best individually themselves. So all around, I think it's a great looking gear set. 2 out of 5 bonus ability of 100, 4 out of 5 another bonus ability of 100. And then 5 out of 5 plant protection. While plant minion is active, poison ivy takes 25% reduced damage. Now this one, to me, I don't understand, because if the plant minion is active, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but when that's active and she gets hit, the plant goes away. So it's only 25% reduced damage on the very first single hit. Unless I'm understanding that wrong, but that's how I take it. But anyway, that is her 5-piece set. 5-piece set looks great. Good looking set. But like I said, I mean, I just want a little bit more from her. I wish I would have done a little bit more. But that is all of her epic gear sets. Let's go look at all the individual epic pieces. First up, we got the headpiece, and like I said in the very beginning, man, some of these are just out of control. This headpiece with that crazy looking crown, I mean, I think that some of these are just a bit too much. The simple ones like this, I think, look great. Like, they just, those look good. This one looks good. Even the ones without the flowers in it, this looks good. But all these ones that are just absolutely crazy with the branches and the leaves just might be a little bit too much for my taste. This one, this is just nuts. I mean, that is just leaves and branches and crowns and all sorts of stuff everywhere. But that is all of her headpieces. Her torso piece now, I do have an issue with her torso pieces. Now, if you look at the top part of the torso, the piece around her neck, it kind of goes down off to the left, kind of like a collar that connects to her chest piece. That piece never changes in any single torso piece. Like, that piece is there. Now, a little bit of small details inside of the piece change, but that actual piece doesn't change. And her chest piece in the center, like her cups, those never change either. Like, these are like small little details that when you have like gear pieces that need to be changed. Like, you need to have a variety of them, and there's small tiny little I guess details inside of them that are a little bit different, but the overall piece of it, it's just like they overlaid it with a different type of detail, and that's it. And she's the only one I noticed that was like that out of all of the characters here, or out of all the characters in Injustice, that every single piece was exactly that same. That piece just is the same, just the tiny little overlay over it is different. But anyway, the rest of them, I mean, they do have some good looking pieces. Like I like this one. I like, I guess, the vines that connect everything and go around her arms and stuff. I think all those look good. Even the addition of the little leaves around her her waist, little flower petals, that stuff looks good. I just wish she had some different stuff, you know, different sexier stuff. Arm pieces now. We got branches around her arms, you know, all the flower petals, stuff around her wrists. Some of it is a bit too much, but a lot of it is definitely good looking pieces. Some of it doesn't have anything, like this one doesn't have too much on it, just a couple vines. And even stuff, you know, minimalistic stuff, sometimes, you know, still looks good. I mean, it can still get the effect across. This one doesn't look too bad either. Nothing too crazy on the actual arm pieces, nothing too overboard, I think. Not like the legs, like this. That is just way too many petals. I bet that is hot in there. But branches all over the bottom, but then not all of them are those thigh high. I mean, we got regular boots that still look good, and same with her leg pieces. I mean, they're very similar looking pieces. I wish she would have had like different types of skirts and stuff as far as that goes as well. You know, none of the leg pieces affect the skirts, it's just the torso, and it has a little piece in the back. But anyway, moving on. And then I like this one. I like that little flower art, floral design on her legs, man. They could have done a lot more pieces that had that, you know. Cut off some of those boots and make some of her legs like those floral designs or something. I mean, I think that would have looked really good. Plants. I love these little guys, man. They got a whole bunch of different good looking plants. I definitely dig all of the plants. Those little reminds me of the Little Shop of Horrors with those man-eating plants. I like the ones with the spikes on it the best. The spikes are around, I guess, the mouth and on the inside and on the outside. But all of them look good for me. I mean, I definitely can use any of them. But that is going to do it for all of the individual epic pieces. Now we're going to jump into practice mode and check out all of our abilities. First ability, Flowing Earth. Poison Ivy travels across the ground rapidly, striking opponents low. Flowing Earth can be meter burned to allow for follow-up attacks. So this one is very similar to if you've seen Wonder Woman's when she slides on the ground, hits them with that sword. Very similar animation. She just slides on the ground. It can be meter burned, and once you meter burn it, you can, I guess it bounces them up just like in Wonder Woman's, where you can turn around and be able to hit them again. So you can do it back and forth however many times you want to do it, or you can just get a bounce in there. Either way, it just allows you for extra follow-up attacks. Crawling Vines. Poison Ivy forces a powerful root to arc from the earth towards her opponent. Meter burning sends the root further for 2 additional strikes. This one, we got the vine that shoots right out of the ground. This does not track the opponent, so as you see when you do it here, the distance from Poison Ivy in which it comes out of the ground is the exact same. So if you just use the regular one, you have to actually be a little bit closer. But if you meter burn it, then it shoots out 3 in a row, so like 3 different distances. So it kind of it again doesn't track them, but at least covers more of the screen. Not even full screen though, but at least a little bit more of the screen. Deadly Thorns. Each of Poison Ivy's 2 vines split a thorning projectile straight ahead. Meter burning causes them to spit an additional 2 projectiles. Here we got the plants, I guess, spitting out their nasty stuff. Regular goes full screen, just a regular projectile. It's not the fastest moving projectile, but it does go completely full screen. You can meter burn it, and then it does one right after another. So I like the meter burn in which, you know, you keep doing this one. They block once, they let go, they block, they let go, and then eventually when you get them with the meter burn, then they don't block that second one and could get in there with an extra attack. But I like this move, or at least this ability. I like how the plants actually get involved with it. I think that's cool. Thistle Coat. Poison Ivy sprouts needle-like thistles over her entire body, which inflicts damage to opponents that strike her. So this one actually does damage to the opponent. So as you see, 13 damage, 13 damage. It doesn't last a whole long. It doesn't last very long. But you can see on her, she has those little thorns that are coming out of her body, her arms and her legs and all of that stuff. She puts on the little coat. Every time your opponent will hit you, at least with this one, probably 10, 13 different damage or something like that. But just a little bit of damage to the opponent. Kind of like on scarecrows at the very end, if you want to get rid of your opponent by letting them hit you or getting close to the opponent, it'll chip them out at the very end. But other than that, I don't think it does too much of good. And the last one, Petals of Life. Poison Ivy creates a patch of healing moss under her feet that heals her while she's in contact. Meter Burning creates a larger patch with greater healing capabilities. And the last one, similar to Swamp Thing, just a little healing patch. You see +5, +5, +5 while you're standing in it. She throws up the little petals and just heals her while she's, you can use this while you're full screen. You can meter burn it, and she does like an extra little animation, kind of makes the patch twice as big, but adds just a little more, almost like a time and a half, I guess, almost, +7 each time that she does that. So just a way to heal you, I guess. But that is going to do it for Poison Ivy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about going on that little rant earlier, but she's definitely one that I really feel that they did wrong in this game. But anyway, I still like her. I definitely like her on the mobile game. I use her all the time. She's one of my favorite characters as far as the mobile game goes. I don't use her in the actual console game all that much. I'm just not very good with her. But anyway, that is going to do it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, and I'll check you out in the next video. I am out. Peace.